Billy, thank you for being here. Billy
Yeah.
is the art director. He has worked on four of our films. So, our short film, Mr. Advocate, and our feature film, Mr. Advocate, as well as two of the other films, which makes up the System trilogy of feature length films. And yes, glad to be here. So, Billy, let's jump right in. We have Pat
Yeah.
Tanisha here.
All right. Good morning,
Hi.
everyone out in creative land. Hoping everyone's having an awesome Friday. I thought I'd light up the background here and just kind of set the tone for a beautiful day. I don't see one cloud in the sky out there. Maybe there is where you are, but it's a beautiful day, hopefully wherever you are. So thanks for joining us.
Yes, and I just want to say I have a nickname for Billy. I call him Billy B. Busy. Billy is the kind of team player you want on your set. He and Pat Tanisha in the comments wrote Billy, the nicest guy in the industry. He is
Oh,
so helpful. He takes care of tasks that you don't have to ask him to do. He already did it. Took the trash out way in the other building on the other side of the campus, and that's not even his job. Like, that's the kind of stuff he does. So really appreciate it, especially on these indie, projects where we don't have a lot of budget for that. Billy just goes over and beyond. So thank you so much.
yeah, and everything I do, I've been taught to just anticipate and really be ready and be willing, um, and just empty the tank is what I always say. When we're on set, we have worked so hard in pre-production to create and adapt and produce. So sometimes we have to wear a couple different hats. And I like learning from the camera department. I like learning from the G&E department. I love doing all those little things. So it's crazy that people see those little things, but I definitely, when I'm on set, I like to be working. So you're always going to get that hustle out of me. And then when I go home, I'll just crash. I'll just crash and burn, and then that's it. So
Okay, so tell us how you got
yeah,
started in the industry, and why you got started,
yeah.
because he's been our PA, best grip, set dresser, production designer, art director. So talk to us.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean, we all dreamed of being in the movies, or I mean, if you're a movie lover, then you probably dreamed is a little kid just enamored watching these scenes in New York and LA, and we live in California here, but it seems like Hollywood is like a million miles away. So I come from a real estate family. My dad's been in real estate for 50 years. Last year, I just hit the 20 mark of being 20 years in real estate as well. Um, so I was brought in by a producer that was one of my neighbors that I met during COVID, and we dreamed about making movies when the world opened back up. And she said, "Boy, I could really use you to help find locations." And so she gave me the first challenge she gave me was find me. They're a production company that does horror films, so they wanted a basement in the East Bay here, which is actually really kind of hard to find because they just didn't build basements. So long story short, I got in on locations. Every location that she gave me the challenge and gave me the criteria on, I found it because it's just kind of my job. I have a photographic memory, and so that really kind of helped with locations. Once I got on set, it was like, wow, this is real. Like Hollywood is not another world away. It's here, and it can be in your backyard, especially these days with all the technology. So I got in on locations. I started making myself really willing and just available to be a PA. I think what I wanted to do was work every job until I found my department. And the way it worked was I started at the bottom because I wanted to get a really good appreciation for every department. I wanted to learn a little facet about every department. I also wanted to learn how to work with every department in a collaboration style so that we could all communicate and make beautiful art. So I started as a PA. My hustle got me on the G&E and on the grip team. I learned that like that's probably one of The lighting team is, I mean, everybody works incredibly hard. But it was something that my hustle wasn't going to get me to the next level. I actually had to have some value that I was actually really bringing to the table. And one day, it was kind of a cloudy day. They didn't need me on the G&E team, so they moved me over to the art department. And actually, that was with you, Stacy. We did the movie with Priscilla.
Oh yeah.
The the Fool. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
I
The
can't. I
give me
can't
the
think of
name
the
of
name right now.
yeah, give me the name of it. Beautiful film. Anyway, I got pulled off G&E team, got put on that set dressing. The production designer took off for a little bit. When he came back, he was like, "You're hired." And I found that like in the art department, basically, um, it's basically what I do in my spare time. I paint. I I aesthetically make things beautiful. I like to kind of set things up. I like the lighting. There was just so many parts of the art department that I just fell in love with. I love props. I love souvenirs. I love things of that nature. I love all the effects. I love all the little things that go into the art department. So Hugo Martinez brought me on, and I'm always going to be really grateful for him seeing the value in me. And then it just took off from there. So the art department, everybody will find their department and some values that and some value systems that really they can really plug themselves into and really create a lot of value and really find that they're not really working when you're on set. You're just kind of playing in a big boy and big girls world. It's a lot of fun. It's like playing as a child with the video camera, but now it's big business and it's real. So yeah, that's how I got in.
Okay. Did you play with video cameras as a child?
Yeah, we had the Super 8. So we were always doing, scripts and always going around town doing things. The thing that always killed me was I could always develop things and do them, but it was the editing. It was all the editing. It was all that work on the computer and in the chair, if you would. So I mean, there's so many facets about what we do, and it takes a whole team. So yeah, I've been doing this since I was a kid. My grandpa used to write scripts, and then we used to do it out. So there's a lot of me that also wants to be an actor. I'm going to save that for another time. Like I'm starting at the bottom, like I started at the bottom. I want to start out as crew, and hopefully maybe work my way in is on camera. Because I have a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun with my characters, and so we'll save acting for another time. But there's so many facets of our business that are just so exciting to explore. I want to be a BTS photographer. I loved producing. Producing was awesome. I still do a lot of location stuff as a production designer, so I kind of wear the location and production designer hat, being kind of naturally into real estate. And I want to learn more about the camera. I love the angles. I want to learn about the technology on the camera team. So I've been really blessed because on your sets, we've had a chance to have people that are willing to teach people and to help bring people up. So I mean, it was on your set that I went from set dresser to production designer and then also art director. So Stacy, I'll always be forever indebted for that opportunity to get that credit, to have that responsibility, to be able to create that look. And it's something that um, I'm just in love. I'm in love with my job. I love creating these spaces. I love beautifying films. I was just looking at some of the snippets for the Culture and how beautiful that film was, and another film that I just did that was released in LA called The Beard, which was just a beautiful film with beautiful people done on the social justice riot weekend in LA. So all these movies I did about 10 movies last year, and they're all starting to come out. And couldn't be more excited about your production company the team that you built, and all that we're going to get to see and do with the Brave Maker Film Fest that's coming up July 8th through the 12th. Please get your tickets, come on out, support the community, watch some fun movies. And if you love learning about film, you're going to get a chance to meet some industry pros from every department in film, pretty much. So, but it was on your set that literally I got that chance, and I'll always be forever grateful for being able to have that opportunity to design those spaces for us to create these awesome stories that will hopefully live forever.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I mean, I was honored to have you and for you to share your talents, because now people, when they see this film, there's a whole respect that I have for the art department now to actually see it come into fruition.
Yeah.
And so one example of that is in Mr. Advocate. And for those of you who don't know, Mr. Advocate is a feature-length film. We have a short film, but we also have a
Mhm.
feature, which will be released in July. And it is about a teacher who's trying to have an AI show at his school, and he gets resistance from the principal. But certain scenes, like the AI show scene, um, is in a school auditorium. And so Billy was the art director and, created that. He had JP, who
Yep. Yep.
is, yeah,
John
his,
John John Pierre Petrie, who's fantastic. Love him.
yep, shout out to JP.
Yep. Hmm.
And then another scene in this film, we had Shantice Edwards
Yep.
uh, decorate part of the auditorium on a different day, months
Yep.
before.
Right.
And so I remember specifically, so because I'm a former teacher, and I was telling you, well, if we had an AI show at our school, it's not going to look, you know, that good, because we don't have any money as teachers to be buying all the supplies and everything.
Right. Right.
And everything was white, basically, in
Hmm.
the tables and
Oof.
everything. And our DP, Jordan, director of photography, said,
Hmm.
no, we need color. Like, you can't film on white. But I was like, no, but a real school would look like that. It's not gonna, you know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
an urban struggling school with no money. They're underfunded. And Billy was saying, no, we got to add some color to the tables. We got to add some
Yeah.
balloons. I'm like, we don't need all that. But thank you guys,
Yeah.
because now that I see it, I'm like, oh, even though, yes, it was in the film, it's supposed to be an underfunded school, but you
Yeah.
still it has to be cinematic, you
Right.
know?
Right. 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 And really, like, color is my favorite thing. White space and negative space, and you can look that up. That's basically, where you're just looking at a white wall and it's just negative. There's no color there. There's nothing beautiful there. So yeah, when Jordan said we need some color, I said, okay, good. This is my opportunity to really to add some beauty. And it's nice to be able to get that collaboration, and sometimes maybe I'm the one that's needing the collaboration. And that's why the art department can never be just a production designer. It should be an art department full of people, with a lot of different ideas. But putting that together was definitely special. And shout out to JP, shout out to Jordan, and shout out to just everybody, the whole crew. I mean, we shot a trilogy. We shot three full feature length films, and it feels just like family. And so we got to get the gang back together here soon.
Yes. And Pat Tanisha's commenting, and she said it looks so good. And she's saying it's true to character because the teachers would make it look beautiful. And she's right.
Yeah,
We end
yeah,
up using our money that we don't have for the
right,
kids to make it look beautiful.
right,
Yes. And even little details, because I wasn't thinking of color like that. So in prep, Billy was asking a lot of questions and
yeah,
wanting to see certain things, and we'll talk about that. And there's things that production designers need for in
right,
prep. And so I wasn't thinking about colors like that, but he chose on his own these beautiful cherry red balloons, and it looks beautiful. Like, I'm so proud and happy of it. I wouldn't think, oh, just some balloons, but no, it's cherry
yeah,
red is the color of my film production company brand. The main character, the teacher, is wearing a red
Right.
sweater
Mm-hmm.
intentionally
Bobby.
because
Yep.
red is the color of passion and anger.
Yep.
And so those are the emotions I wanted to show. And also, one of the child actors is wearing a red jacket.
Ivan. Yeah. Ivan.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the
Yep.
red was intentional. So thank you for bringing out the balloons. And I was thinking in my head, oh, Billy's going to get some small balloons. But no, you got the big ones, but
Yep.
it pops.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And these are the little secrets. That's why I watch YouTube University. I didn't get my degree in film. I got my degree in sociology from Oregon. So I'm literally learning all day long about the little hacks, the little secrets, the little things that we can do to make your films look beautiful and not cost a ton with the budget. In fact, most of the things that I come up with, I source. I use all my resources and I try to get for free. And I've never gone over budget once. So maybe I should make that for the record because things are the way they are. Money should be spent to make the film look beautiful. If you give the production designer um, a good amount of budget. And more than anything, it's not the money. If you have a resourceful art department, like I said, we can source things. We can come up with things, and believe me, things come. If it's meant to be, things come. But more than anything, what really helps me, you said the communication, if I can extract from the director and the creative team exactly the vision for each one of these sets. What do you want them to look like? How deep do you want the texture? How deep do you want anything for the backstory of the characters? Do you want this to look kind of moody? Are we going to fly in some haze? And when I say fly in some haze, are we going to bring in some haze to add some texture? If the director or the creative team can take the time to have me go over each one of the sets. Okay, here's the script. All right, we're going through. We got 13 sets. Let's talk about each one of those 13 sets. Let's talk about it on the tech scout, but also let's talk about it so I can get what you're envisioning. If I can get what the director's envisioning, then I can recreate that in the sets. That's the most important part to me because my job, once I get the script and pull out all the props, is research and adaptation. So basically, a ton of things are research on all these sets, and then it's creating things, and then the designing. So, but probably the most important thing is each director and each writer has a vision. If I can extract that vision, then I will do my best with whatever the budget is and whatever the time is to actually create what you're envisioning. And then I think we've kind of nailed it together, you know?
hmm yeah, yeah. And so specific things that you may need, um, would it like
Yeah.
say a big, not a big budget, but at least like a studio or a production with a larger budget, you'd have time to, go over with
Right.
the DP or director. You'd have a shot list,
Yeah.
um, a production credit card, possibly.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So,
Those are all helpful. And what I find is what I want more than anything, it's not the budget. Like I said, I can source things and use my resources. I want time and communication. If you can call me and say, I have a project, read the script, see if you want in on the deal here. If you can give me at least 2 weeks. I mean, if somebody can give me a month, we can really, really create worlds that, and in most cases, a lot of the sets that I create and have created up at Oakland Hills campus, we've left up for the campus and also for my business and also for, pick up shots with your production company too, Stacy. But we try to make I try to make these like immersive, like you walk into a world. So a week's okay. Um, but more than anything, like yeah, the communication is big, and the more time that I have, the better. I can do pretty good with even a small budget. I think we've made things, even with smaller indie budgets, look really pretty darn good.
Mm.
So yeah, those are some of the things that are kind of helpful to me. Obviously, yeah, having a production credit card is great. It keeps things a little bit more streamlined. I'm on an interview. I'll be out in a sec.
No problem.
Anyway, yeah, I love my neighbor. I love my neighbors. I'll be out in a bit. Service to your neighbors. You talk about resources, service to your family, friends, and your neighborhood, and everybody's in on helping you make the movies. So, and that's the way it is here at the Pleasant Hill Prop House. Um, but yeah, that's what I would say. Making indie films is like the Wild West. I mean, you're riding around like, how am I going to find this typewriter? A filmmaker wants a typewriter. I guarantee you, if I manifest this, I'm going to drive by and there's going to be a typewriter, and that I'm going to come across, and I'm going to be like, look, I got it. So beautiful things are happening, and I just love. I never thought that I would ever get a chance to be a filmmaker, a production designer, a crew member, and the people we work with School Dismissed Productions, 11th Hour Creatives, Brave Maker, Olga's production company, Alt Films with Devin. There's so many awesome and so many wonderful other production companies that I can't wait to meet and make these worlds and create beautiful movies. I think we have kind of a renaissance thing maybe going on here in Oakland. I know a lot of projects are being shifted from different geographics to the Bay, and it's things like Oakland Hills campus, former Holy Names campus. Check it out. If you want some more information, let me know, because there's some cool things happening. It seems like we've been pretty busy up here, and I'm really grateful for that. And it's your production company. It's collectives like Brave Maker. It's there's some really awesome things that are happening. Film is happening here in the Bay Area. I think that I think there's a kind of a film renaissance that could be happening, especially if we could really get some of the bigger projects up to the Oakland Hills campus. Maybe knock on Tom Hanks's door and see if he wants in on purchasing the set up there, or I just want to dream big. There was so much of my childhood that I thought this is wonderful. I love this, but is this real? And it can be real. If you have a dream, then just be relentless on it and get in. And I'm like witnessing this dream happen for me, and I don't really have a mentor in production design. I wish I did. I'm kind of learning on the fly. So all the little things, like the bigger balloons and all the little things that you can learn about, just making film beautiful, just making people's story come to life in these spaces and making it beautiful. I gave up my 20-year real estate career and was brave to do that, because I couldn't live in the real estate world and do this. You gotta own one or the other if you're really gonna own it, at least for me. And I'm just watching my dream come true. So yeah, exciting stuff is happening here in the Bay Area. Film is happening here in the Bay Area. People's dreams are happening. So let's go out and let's get it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
So, Patanisha in the comments talked
Mhm.
about saying that you need to stay hydrated while decorating on set. Can you
Yes.
talk about you and JP and the
Mm.
amount of it is work.
Yes.
You have to pile your car up with stuff and
Yeah. Okay. So basically, I'm in charge of everything in the script that a actor or actress touches. That's an actual prop. And then I need to go through and see how many sets we have. Usually it's around 10. So I got to bring decorations for all those 10 sets, do the research on all those things.
10?
Yes.
You think
Yeah.
so?
Well, yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, the new vertical with Umoria is going to be 10 sets. The
Mm-hmm.
non-profiting was 13. I think I had one that was 17 sets earlier on this year, so it was
Okay.
quite a bit.
Was that a feature?
It was a short.
Oh, you're
It was
saying
yeah,
sets as in
sets
but
as in locations, as in
locations.
yeah, yeah, different locations. I mean, even if it's a hallway, that's a hallway. We're shooting there. That needs to be decorated. That needs to be brought to life. So the Forerunner gets filled definitely once or twice at least, and it's great to have somebody like JP on my art team. I'm definitely looking for anybody else out there who wants to learn film, wants to learn the art team. I'm very passionate about teaching. I'm also looking for a mentor as well. As much as I want to teach, I want to learn too. I don't come from a film background. What do we have to do to keep hydrated on set? Liquid IV is probably my favorite. I love the liquid IV. So what I do is I don't drink the water bottles, the plastic water bottles. I have my own sustainable water bottle. And when you get on bigger sets, you're going to want one of those because you don't want the water bottles floating around on set. Nobody puts their name on them, even though we have Sharpies everywhere. So get your own hydrated flask. And no, I do not keep hydrated. I can see it in my skin on the pictures after like 3 12-hour days. I'm like, oh my God. So yes, less coffee. Probably I don't need any energy drinks, so I'm okay with that. No sugar. Also because the come down after all this excitement is really real. I actually have some really down, depressed days because I guess it's because I love what I'm doing so much and I'm living in these worlds and then I'm like, and then it ends. So yes, keep hydrated and definitely eat. I noticed that not only am I not drinking enough water and hydration on set, but I'm also not, yeah, I'm like a day behind in eating as well. So that wellness of taking care of yourself, I mean, it is real. And we're moving stuff all day long. There's probably 2 or 3 days minimum of setup that we do before anybody even gets to set. And then there's at least a day or so afterwards for strike down.
Hmm.
So it's the real deal. And it's nice when you can leave those worlds up, like it up at Oakland campus. I really like that availability to be able to set up in a safe location that has security and then break down maybe a day or two later. But that is the convenience of Oakland Hills campus filming. So it's a real deal. I think the one inconvenience of my job is the amount of stuff. Because if you're relentless and you're like, no, I'm bringing that, I'm bringing that, I'm bringing that, nope, I'm bringing this, I've got to have this. I mean, yeah. And that's the way I am. Like I do. In fact, if I miss a prop that's in my house, I'm like, oh my God, I have that. And that hasn't, we've already established the shot and I can bring that tomorrow. Shoot. So yeah, I need to get storage. It shouldn't be at my condo here in Pleasant Hill, but I'm making logos, doing t-shirts, business cards. The start of a business is exciting, but it's a lot for one person to take on. When I'm somebody who likes to dream with somebody and building a product. So thank God for JP. He's been really awesome in helping me kind of build FinSet Design. And it's my company's name is FinSet Design. My last name is Finnegan, but I wanted to do the play off kind of the old movies. When you used to see the old movies at the end, the old French films, they used to say fini, fin, or finished at the end. And I wanted to go with that look because I want to achieve a finished set before, in most cases, I want to achieve a finished set before anybody arrives on set. I want it. I want the actors to walk into these spaces and have them be fini or finished. So literally we can just get the lighting going. They can do the blocking, hit the rehearsal, and then we're rocking and rolling. So, yeah. Um, yeah.
Awesome. Well, we
Yeah.
can tell your passion for it. And as we close out, your on your birthday, you were actually with JP at your house doing set design for our
Yep.
film.
Yeah.
That was the AI show for Mr. Advocate. And I
Yep.
was like,
Uh-huh.
when you told me that I called you about this set design, and you were like,
Yeah.
JP's here. It's my birthday. And I was like, why are you doing set design on your birthday? Like, you could have done it the day after, or, but that
Yeah.
just showed me, I was like, wow, he really likes this.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't know if we have time, but I could take the camera around my house right now. When you live in the movie world, your car is a set car, your house is a prop house. I have so many things going on here but this is what I want to do all day long. I enjoyed the real estate for 20 years. I want to make art. I want to paint. I want to create things. And there's so many parts of the art department, the food, the effects, the props, the decoration. I mean, there's so much that goes into it. And as I get into different tiers, there's going to be construction people and sculptors. And I mean, there's going to be some fun stuff. There's going to be some fun stuff. So there's not one thing I'd rather be doing today than doing this. And there's not anything I'd rather be doing on my birthday than making a film. In fact, if I don't have a project going on, if I don't have a script I'm working on or a couple different, I'm literally kind of down because I love this so much, that there's nothing I'd rather be doing. Even on vacation, I will find time to do this stuff because I can't stop. I actually just can't stop, to be honest with you. I'm having so much
Wow.
fun. Yeah.
Good. That's good to
Yeah.
hear. So we have about a minute left. You can show
Yeah.
us your around at the props if you want to,
Oh
if
my
you
gosh.
want.
Okay. Yeah. Let me see what we can do here. Let me see if I can take the camera around. Okay, so all right, we got some painting things going on over here. That is a propeller in the corner. So that is a real propeller. But let me take you in the prop room real quick here. We got a lot of my grandma's paintings. All my grandma's paintings are in this room here. So if you want wonderful landscape art, the drum set may or may not be a prop. That's actually for me. But it's starting to get a little full here. So I mean, we got a gramophone, we got an old TV, we got a bunch of lamps. My dad's friend just passed away, unfortunately. So
Oh,
um,
sorry to hear that.
yeah, but we got a lot of, I mean, we got floral here, we got lampshades, we got blankets, we got different shoes, we have some wardrobe options. Of course, my pack out kit. Everyone has to have a pack out kit because I've got literally all my effects in here, all my tools in here, and then everything to kind of adhesive or put things on the wall. But yeah, this is the prop house, and I don't like to live this way, so I'm definitely going to be looking at storage or something with some shelves and stuff. But yeah, I this that's kind of the view of things, and I'm
Okay.
always doing things like this on the wall. Always
Hmm.
checking out new things. I want to do it at my house, so I don't do it to the Airbnb or somebody else's house.
Right.
This is my texture trunk right there. I got some old school props in that, and that's my cat baby, named after Dirty Dancing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you for showing us your prop rooms.
Yeah. Oh my
Pre-
God, it's my pleasure. I should start doing tours here. Maybe I can get more happening going on over here because it's fun. It's too much fun for one person, to be honest with you.
Yes, and I saw on Instagram, I think I saved it for you. There's a store in Berkeley.
Yeah.
You know about it?
Yeah. The one, I think it's in Oakland, where if you bring them something, you can and surrender it, then you can take something from their store,
Yeah,
which
or
is which
something
is a
like
cool.
that.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Okay.
And then also Urban Ore in Berkeley, but that's really a salvage. That's the Wild West when it comes to props and salvage. But that's called Urban Ore. But that's always good to check out too, especially if you have a shoestring budget.
Okay. Well, thank
Yeah.
you so much, Billy, for your time.
Oh yeah, you got it, Stacy. You are my favorite in the world. So I think this might even been my first interview ever or something. I don't know, but it was an honor, and thank you so much.
Awesome. Yes. Well, have a good rest of your day. Take
Okay, happy
care.
Friday, y'all. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks.
Make it a good one.
Yes. All right. Bye bye.
See ya.